Welcome back to Classical Grooming. Today I want to talk about small, niche, for lack of a better word, shaving products that you can pick up from small businesses and their pros and their cons. And I wanted to start with the pros. They bring really interesting scents, really unique experiences to the shaving table. So let me go through 5 or 6 of them and we can talk about them. So the first I wanted to talk about is Murphy & McNeil's Kodiak Trinity. Now this one is very classically soapy. It reminds me of one of the products that I have reviewed before, in the sense that it's got some florals in it, some nice spice, and a little bit of resin to it. It is not something that I normally run into from, say, our more regular soaps that you see from like Barbasol or Arco. Each one of these brings something kind of unique to it, and that's what I like about these niche kind of small business, small batch soap houses. The second that I wanted to talk to you about is Ariana and Evan's Portrait in Soho. Now I actually have the aftershave for this as well, and if you want to get the real kick of how these things actually smell, the aftershaves tend to be a better scent representative than the soaps. But the soap is also really pleasant. All these, again, they're wonderful experiences just to lather up, put on your skin, and for 5 or 10 minutes smell something different. And this smells like a classy, upscale art studio with maybe scented candles going on. It's got black currant, sandalwood, patchouli, and some florals in it that smell like you just had a collection of candles of different scents going off. Really rich and luxurious odor to them. I should say fragrance, and keep saying odor. This experience is Barrister and Mann's Soft Heart Series Rhapsody. Oh wow, this is by far my favorite of the bunch. It florals, frankincense, has some fruit in there, but very incensey, very church-like in its way, but not heavy incense, a light incense with some deep florals and a little bit of fruit. Really nice. This is a Zizzy from Jolly Roger Shaving. Let's see if I can get that up there. This one is just mild, and it's very subtle and grassy almost. It's not a strong fragrance. It certainly isn't going to overpower you, but it's just soft and pleasant. And the last one to touch on, which I also have the aftershave for, is Talbot Shavings Holland Glen. This one's really unique. It's moss, wet earth. It's very deep, very green, very earthy, and very pleasant. So I wanted to kind of touch on those as examples of the kind of the unique spectrum of fragrances you can get from these small house shaving companies, from light and grassy to dark and earthy to rich in incense and kind of sweet and spicy. You can get a lot of different experiences, and they're just awesome. And they all have pretty good shaves. Some of them are better than others. Again, I tend to favor those made of animal fat versus vegetable fat. And when you buy these products, you really help out small businesses and shaving enthusiasts. So I really, really like to support that. Those are the pros. Let's talk about the cons. The con for some of these is the same as the pros. They're really unique. And unique does not necessarily mean wearable. So One of my favorites here is the Portrait in Soho. I spray this on and it's great for like the first 30 minutes. But then I'm kind of tired of it. I get to the point where I'm not wanting to smell like a nice studio with scented candles. It's not something I would want to wear all day. It's not something I would use as a daily driver or signature scent. So what makes them special for the shave kind of makes some of them unwanted for a day's fragrance. Number two is they can be expensive. I've had these range anywhere from $10 to $20 for shaving soap, which is a little pricey. Some of the aftershaves are more, running from $15 to $25 for a bottle. And depending on your pocketbook, that might be out of your reach. Lastly, number three is the same as number one. They're unique. And because they're unique, once they're gone, they're gone. All the ones that I showed you, you can't buy them anymore, at least not new. Because either the companies have gone out of business, or they were, like for example, this one. This, which is by far my favorite of the five here. Let's see if I can get some light on there. Which is the Rhapsody from the Soft Heart series. It was a one-of-a-kind thing. They made it once and they didn't make it anymore, so now this is it. This is all I got. And if this is something I really loved and I wanted to kind of make a signature scent, you're out of luck. And the reason they do that often is because they're just trying something out and it doesn't really take off, or they want to be kind of a niche thing, just have a one-time make and then they're done and moving on to something else, which doesn't make sense to me. I mean, why would you attract customers with a product and then cancel the product even if they love it? And a lot of these companies appear to have gone out of business. For example, Talbot Shaving, I can't find them anymore. Same for Jolly Rancher, right? Excuse me, not Jolly Rancher, Jolly Roger, excuse me. There's a Jolly Roger soap, but that's the name of the soap, not the company. So either limited time offers, limited time editions, they made a product that isn't financially supported, or they just go out of business. So there's the pros and cons of niche shaving, and honestly, I think for a lot of the things, it's worth it. I would certainly, whenever you encounter any sort of brand or company, see if you can get samples. All these were given to me by folks, and I really appreciate their generosity. But if I was shopping for them, I'd get samples first, because they're really expensive, and you really want to only kind of focus on the ones that you can afford to have. I know there's some people that have like 20, 30 shaving soaps, and if they can afford that, more power to them. But for some of us, that's a bit of a stretch. So I think it's worth it for the experience. Get the samples, try them out, see if there's anything you love, and then invest in buying those things that you really like. Out of the 5 that I have here, if I could, I would buy this one continually, because it's just that good. But that's not to be. So that's my review of the pros and the cons of niche shaving houses. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope I didn't ramble too much there. If you enjoy reviews of classical products, please subscribe. If you enjoy reviews of modern products through a classical lens, please subscribe. See you later.